You know what? I'll just meet you at the glory hole.
Oh, okay. I'm already there, so.
Okay.
Also, I wanted to
Nice.
ask. I've been curious about this for like 3 months. What is this thing that you made here over the glory hole?
Uh, what, the hand?
Yeah.
Don't know. It's just cool.
It really gave me Eternals vibes.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
I keep forgetting that movie exists because I never watched it and I don't really intend to.
You know, I
It's
really
not that good,
love
but it's not that bad.
I love the idea of the Celestials.
Me too.
But the Eternals movie just wasn't great.
I mean, I didn't dislike it, but I'd give it like a 6 out of 10. It's not that great, but it's
I
not
think
bad either.
people online definitely rated it way too low.
I feel like
It was still a good movie, but
I feel like
just haven't
terms
been-
it's
I
both
haven't been
underrated and
impressed
overrated at the same time.
I
Like
haven't
by
been
certain
impressed
fans.
with anything in the MCU except for Moon Knight since a while.
Okay.
Moon Knight was so good though.
I'll be honest. I really liked Moon Knight, but I think it's a bit overrated. But,
It was something
I mean,
fresh and new for the MCU.
I do agree with that. I really like the storyline. I think it was really good.
The
I think people just think
cinematography
it's
was
too.
fantastic.
I think people think it's better than it is. It's not like top tier. I mean,
I'd say it is personally.
I'd say it
Yeah.
is.
I mean, fair enough. People can have
I'd say
opinions, but people are saying this is
the-
the new Daredevil, and I'm just like, no, this doesn't even compare.
I think Loki is overrated.
Oh yeah,
Fair enough.
I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't like the ending much. Yeah, no, I think this might just be feeding into what you're saying, but I think Moon Knight is the best thing in the MCU since Endgame.
Okay.
I could agree.
Have you guys
Like
not?
I recently rewatched Spider-Man No Way Home to like sort of form my opinion on it better again. And I think it is Spider-Man No Way Home is a mediocre movie with some good parts in it.
I think
think-
there's some bad things about it, like a couple plot holes here and there. But like just watching it, for me it just never gets old, and that's why it's like my favorite movie of all time, despite it not really being an incredible movie. It's just amazing to watch for me.
It's all down to just how much do you think, how much like pandering and fan service do you think a movie can get away with without getting too convoluted in itself?
Yeah,
think
fair
they
enough,
did
yeah.
Too much.
Absolutely too much. Some of the characters they threw in have no reason to be there except to fight the people there.
They did. Yeah, they did. Wait. They. What was I gonna say?
I kind of like what they did with Daredevil, where they just like they had him in there and like just mostly to like indicate, hey, these shows, they're part of the MCU. They're not like they're not a like they're not a novel trilogy situation or anything like that, you know? You guys have absolutely no idea how tempted I was to say Fazbear Frights. But Ozone believes Stitchline Games. Inky might, I actually don't know. But still, probably would have pissed them off. Or not really, but like, whatever. Just don't want to say it in front of them. Like, they're not kind of like a separate universe where similar events happen. It's the same universe, like they're canon.
Oh.
And the same
The
thing
ending?
with Kingpin and Hawkeye, you know.
The ending of No Way Home is like crazy.
Yes, okay. I was
I
gonna
like
say
that.
there are 3 parts I liked about No Way Home. I liked the beginning because that's what I wanted from the movie. Spider-Man on the run, facing trouble after what happened last time. I liked the 3 Peters. They were fun. Even though it was like blatant fan service, I liked the interactions they had.
I did
Yes.
too, yeah. It was
And then
too spoiled though.
I liked what they did in the ending.
Yeah, fair enough. I think that Green Goblin was just a masterpiece.
Oh yeah, Goblin was good. He should have been the only villain.
I mean, he kind of was
I
the
agree.
main. He was the main villain for sure.
Right.
I'd like that they like redeemed Electro and made him a lot better, and also more enjoyable of a character.
Okay, yeah, He got the glow up as a character. Yes, he got the glow up. I don't like what they did with the whole redemption plotline.
Controversial opinion. I really like Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Same. I mean, it's
kind because that's the first
bad.
Spider-Man movie I ever watched.
It's kind of bad, but I love it. That's kind of why I love it.
I don't even think it's that. I don't understand why people think it's that bad.
My literal only problem with it is that like the parents are a little bit too involved, but like that's not too big of a deal because it's a plot line, but it's not the biggest one. It's not the most important one. And it also tried to set up too much, which made it a little bit convoluted in certain aspects, but
it's kind of funny because they didn't even have a third one.
Yeah, they didn't have a third one. Like, but they were like setting up like a Sinister Six movie and stuff, which I mean, it felt a little bit forced in that regard. But like the actual storyline of the movie, I don't really see very many problems with it, to be honest.
My favorite Spider-Man movie. Oh, what?
What the?
Ozone has died.
He's dead.
Anyways, as I was gonna say, my favorite Spider-Man movie was Far From Home, and even then, I like it less now just because the thing is set up at the end meant not much at all.
I think the end credit scene is probably the best end credit scene just because of the cliffhanger it gave. Whether you think it was done well in the end or not, just the cliffhanger, just the cliffhanger by itself.
What was the cliffhanger?
The Spider-Man's identity being revealed, and also being blamed for the death of Mysterio.
Yeah, that was such a good setup for a third movie. Spider-Man like on the run, friggin' thing. No, that was over.
Yeah, because it also like introduced J. Jonah Jameson as well.
Yeah,
that too.
Far From Home is the best Spider-Man movie. Don't fight me. Yeah.
It used to be mine until No Way Home came out, but like
No Way Home kind of ruined the things that were set up for Far From Home.
I guess so. I feel like it is like it was kind of thrown out the window and dealt with a little bit too early in my eyes. Which honestly, I feel like they should have focused more on it because a little bit after that, like the college storyline, I mean, it was fine, but like it got a little bit boring at that point, and I wish they
because it made sense and had impact on the characters.
Yeah, I do too. I just feel like they should have spent a little bit more time on like the either being on the run or being in like under arrest and like in custody.
I'm kind of just concerned for the fourth movie. Because
I'm concerned with
they're going to try and up themselves.
I don't really like the MCU anymore, honestly.
Alright.
I saw Doctor Strange and I was thoroughly unimpressed.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Really? I mean, I think a lot of people were, mostly because of like the cameos not living up to what people expected from it. But let's be real, people expected way too much.
Well, I don't like the multiverse in general. I think the only good part of that movie, in my opinion, was Wanda as a villain.
I think Wanda's one of the better villains,
she was
like
really
in the MCU. Honestly,
Elizabeth Olsen is such a good actor.
Even when it kind of went against her character development in WandaVision, is what I've heard a complaint is.
I mean, it doesn't really, because at the end of WandaVision, we literally see her using the Darkhold because she wanted her children. Like her setup in WandaVision was that she didn't want. She realized that she was hurting other people in order to just have a good life. But then she was like, all right, I still want to have this good life. I just don't want to hurt other people. So I'm going to try to figure out how to do it with the Darkhold. But then the Darkhold just corrupts her. Like, that's not really her fault, but it's done in a way that she's like such a good villain.
Fellas,
it's done so well.
Look at this. Random Minecraft feature that I think would be cool. You see these 2-block grass?
Yeah.
If I destroy the top one, the whole thing crumbles.
That's so stupid.
Yes, but if I want to cut the grass, they should add so that if you do it with a sword, only the top one goes, because it's like you're cutting the grass.
Yeah, yeah.
That would be cool.
Wow, that was very...
An abrupt change of topic.
Yeah. What I was gonna say is Multiverse of Madness. Yes, what was I gonna say? Frick. Oh yeah, I watched it the other day because it only just came out on Disney Plus the other day.
I watched it in
Uh,
theaters with my brother.
But I knew like all the spoilers, like I knew the cameos and stuff, and
I found it funny when John Krasinski was Mr. Fantastic. Like that
I
caught me off
I
guard.
found
yeah.
it funny when he was turned into cheese strings.
yeah, my like
That whole scene gave me Invincible vibes. Sorry for interrupting
apart
you.
from the cameos are kind of cool, like people have said, it was kind of like short and not what people were expecting.
Honestly, I feel like that's a
But,
good
like,
thing, because like
I think it is a good thing, and
I
I
feel
think
like it
it's,
would have
I still
interrupted
think
too
it was
much.
actually just really good.
Me too.
Like a lot of people, I think a lot of people said that Multiverse of Madness was really bad because of what they were expecting and how it was different. It was like Security Breach.
It's
how
like you made up your own expectations and got disappointed
Yeah.
when the stuff that wasn't even supposed to be in the movie, nothing was like
thought it was
leaked.
genuinely good,
You
and I
just
think-
theorized and got disappointed that
I'm a
you were
different-
wrong.
I think
I'm a bit different in that regard because I went in with no expectations and just came out not really liking it. But that's
no.
because I
See,
don't.
that's
like
interesting.
Like I had no expectations. I didn't know anything about cameos. I had no like. I wasn't expecting Tom Cruise, Tony Stark.
I kind of was, but
I was not.
I just went in with nothing, knowing nothing, but it was.
Ozone,
a
do you know
more
how to sleep?
violent Doctor Strange movie. Yeah, I'll go sleep in your house or something. I only knew it was a more violent Doctor Strange movie that was about the multiverse, and I went in. I liked the action a lot. Wanda as a villain was really cool. That is
Did you know-
the extent of my praise for the movie.
okay.
You know Gargantos, the monster at the beginning, that was like
Like the
was,
eyeball
like,
squid
in
man.
the city. That was yeah, the eyeball squid man. That eye is actually Elizabeth Olsen's eye.
What?
It foreshadows that
one
she's
that
the villain.
Yeah, that she hired it. That's
Yeah.
a random bit of trivia that I'm sure you would never be able to find out on your own, but it's cool either way.
I mean, that makes sense because it said that she was dreamwalking, and like those monsters were like versions of her or whatever from other
Yeah.
universes. So it kind of makes sense.
Yeah,
I
I
thought
think
she just
Inky hit
summoned
it
the
on the spot though.
monsters.
You hit it on the spot when you said like Wanda was the best part about that film. It was so good.
You know, I have a little theory that maybe.
But she was kind of terrifying.
Yeah, she was. I have a little theory that maybe the Wanda from those universes that like were like monsters. I have a theory that maybe they were like she did something similar in that universe to what Doctor Strange did in that one episode of What If, like where she like absorbed the powers and like she became a monster because of it. That's the idea
Oh.
I had. I feel like it makes a lot of sense.
I thought
Correct me
that.
if I'm wrong, but
what-
I thought the Darkhold, when they explained that, I thought the Darkhold just gave her the ability to summon monsters.
Well, no, I think it was Mordo that said she was dreamwalking, which means that the monsters that they were fighting were not just like regular monsters. They were Wanda.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, I actually. Yeah, missed that.
I like how I'm already recording and like this is just an MCU and Spider-Man discussion at
Do
this
we
point.
want to go on an adventure or something?
Yeah. What I was going to say, I thought that What If was gonna like actually play a part in the MCU
I think it
Oh, yeah.
will, like
I don't-
in the
I don't
future,
really want it.
or it's meant.
because obviously
mean-
like Captain Carter's a thing in Multiverse of Madness.
I don't
Yeah.
think
But
it's
I
the
really
same
thought
universe
that-
though.
I really thought that like the evil Doctor Strange was gonna be the evil Doctor Strange in Multiverse of Madness, but it didn't turn out that way.
I didn't really think it
From the-
would be, but
From the trailers, the design was different enough for me to say that it was probably not.
I mean, true. I just thought it would have been cool to. See,
And
like-
it is. I do agree
that
with you
game.
in the fact that like it probably should have been, because it's weird to do the same concept like twice with no relation.
Yeah.
it wasn't even the same concept.
Well, similar concept.
I mean, kind of. He was trying to be with Christine. The other one was trying to bring her back to life after
Oh,
he
that's the other
after
thing.
she died when he was with Christine.
The other thing was like I felt like Christine, just like her role in the movie was just like way too big.
A little bit.
Yes, yeah. Like after Doctor Strange, like she's only in like the first little bit of Doctor Strange 1, right?
Doctor Strange
Yeah.
is bitchless in every universe.
It was cool to see her back, but like being like
think-
there in the
yeah.
Illuminati, like playing
She
a role.
probably shouldn't have been there, yeah. I think, like,
Yeah,
the extent of her role should have been left at the wedding, I think.
yeah,
Like,
definitely.
that
Yeah.
felt natural for her to be there, her being in the Illuminati.
But
Speaking of that, that reminds me. I think... do you guys know the term jump the shark, right?
Yeah.
It was in that game
Yeah.
theory video.
Yep.
Multiverse of Madness is where the MCU jumped the shark for me. Like, when she was like, welcome to the Illuminati, I was like, okay.
Yeah, okay. Whoops, sorry. I actually
thing-
did that by accident.
Same thing with the Doctor Strange music fight. I was like, okay, this is just getting a little...
it was creative, but yeah, cheesy.
I mean, it makes sense because it's directed by Sam Raimi. You
Yeah.
guys have watched the original Spider-Man trilogy, right? Those movies
yeah,
were extremely cheesy.
fair.
I don't know. I thought overall it was still a good watch.
Yeah, me too.
I think
I
it's
understand why people don't like it
Yeah.
as much, but I just did.
Yeah.
I just don't like the MCU much anymore, really. I still watch them if I'm
That's fair.
interested. I think I'm at like a transition point where like before I would watch every movie, now I'm watching some of the movies, and eventually I probably will stop unless it's interesting to me.
See, I don't know if any of you guys have like started watching Miss Marvel.
I
Which is
have.
the
Oh
new
no, I
series.
haven't. That's another thing.
Okay.
I skipped
the-
Eternals, and I've been skipping this.
Yeah. The thing I will say about it is, I actually really liked it at the beginning. I'm starting to dislike it.
I don't dislike it. I'm just like, I just stopped paying attention while I was watching episode 3. I
Yeah,
like the
episode
first
3
two
was, like, a
episodes though.
disappointment to me. Yeah.
Really, the same thing is happening. It's just Disney in general, not even just the MCU, because they're starting to do the same thing with Star Wars. They're sucking the life out of it, with just having so
Yeah.
many shows over back to back.
The difference is, the Star Wars ones are supposedly good. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
No.
I'm not even into Star Wars. I'm planning on watching all the movies and the like the newer shows when I
Okay.
finish.
One problem with that:
Huh? Yeah.
watch the 6 movies that count, 1 or 2 of the spin-offs, and the older shows. I punched you. I did not mean to do that.
I don't want to watch Clone Wars or Rebels.
Okay, there's one problem with that. Clone Wars and Rebels are better than not only all of the movies, but all of the recent shows. They're the best Star Wars content, in my opinion. Maybe not Rebels, but Clone Wars, absolutely.
Like I said, I'm not really into Star Wars very much. But like after I watch every single MCU show, yeah, I'm doing that right now. Currently, I'm on Jessica Jones season 2. After I finish watching all the shows, I'm probably gonna watch through all the Star Wars stuff, and then after that, I don't know, maybe I'll do a DCEU rewatch.
You have way too much time on your hands.
No, I don't. That's the problem.
All right, let's get on an adventure.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll split this up into 2 videos. One just the Marvel discussion, and the other one like the actual adventure.
So, where do we go?
Good question.
Got some nice adventurous music, kind of contemplative. Contemplative, I suppose is the word.
Ozone went to the Nether. I wonder if the
I
Phantom's
just
still there that
realized-
went inside.
I just realized Inky only has iron armor.
Wait, why do you have iron armor?
I have 1 diamond to my name.
I have like a stack and a half of diamond blocks. You want some help, bro?
Nah.
Okay. All right.